What up, everybody? This your girl Marissa the Thinker, and we trying something a little new today. If y'all haven't caught our last episode of Thinker versus Speaker, definitely check it out. Don't forget, we got a new schedule, a new format, and a bunch of new things coming y'all way. So make sure you follow us at Thinker versus Speaker on Instagram, Facebook. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Thinker versus Speaker, and follow us on TikTok at Thinker versus Speaker PC. Make sure y'all check out that new episode. We got a new format. We had a special guest in the building, and we got with Kay again, and we was talking about therapy. So I wanted to do a quick little recap. Y'all ever listen to the episodes and be like, damn, I wish they would have got a little more in depth about, something, but like we don't? Well, this is what these recaps are for. I'm thinking about doing it this way. I'm thinking about going live. So if y'all got any feedback, any way y'all want to see it, let me know. We can work on it. We can get through this together. But anyway, it was just a couple of things that when we listened to, just to give a brief overview of the podcast, it was me and Kay, and we were talking about therapy and the different things that led us to going to therapy, what therapy was actually like, a lot of the things that we picked up from going to therapy, and why we thought it was worth it at the end of the day. So definitely check that out, especially if going to therapy is something that you're interested in. You know what I'm saying? It was something that I was on the fence about for a lot of years. Like, I asked myself a lot of questions, always wondering, like, do I really even need therapy? Like, what's the difference between just talking to my friends? Like, we grew up in church. People always say talk to God, stuff like that, but never really understanding, like, why I need to go to therapy. Like, if I go to therapy, does that mean there's something wrong with me? What if I go to therapy and I actually do find out there's something wrong with me? So just all of those things and working through it and stuff like that. And, I got to a point personally in my own life where I just hit a really low point. And usually I can get through, I'm a Cancer, I'm moody. So, I'll go through little phases where I might be, down. I might be in my feelings or whatever like that. But it got pretty bad. My leg was broken. My relationship was a little tumultuous at the time. And I was just really in a dark space. And it just seemed like the perfect opportunity for me to go to therapy. And when I went, I had no idea what to expect. I didn't even know how to find a therapist in the beginning. I know that's something that I would tell myself a lot. Like, nigga, how you gonna go find a therapist? You don't even know where to find one. Well, come to find out, it was a lot easier to find a therapist than I thought. It started off with me doing like a couple of internet searches here and there. You know how you half-heartedly search and you're like, you'll be like therapist in your Google or whatever. You type it in your Google, and I just happened to find a particular website, and I'll link it down in the comments if I remember. But I happened to come across a website called Sondermind, and this isn't sponsored or anything like that. This is legitimately what I use. So like, I came up across the app called Sondermind, and there's plenty of other websites and apps like this. Actually, like, finding a therapist these days is kind of convenient. I've heard of like BetterHelp, and I'm sure there's plenty of other resources that you can use to find a therapist. You can go, if you got insurance, you can go through your insurance carriers and you can kind of like look that way. But for me, I found that Sondermind was convenient. It was a whole database where they take your insurance if you have it. If you don't, it's still okay. They can still match you with a therapist. So you put your insurance in there, and then you can do like a criteria search. So I don't know if a lot of people know this. I know some people do, some people might not. But when you're looking for a therapist, you can actually choose the criteria of what kind of therapist that you want, the same way that you would do with like a doctor. So like, if you want your therapist to be like black or white or Hispanic or whatever. You can put that in there. If you want them to be able to also work as a psychiatrist, which is somebody who actually deals with like mental disorders, and because therapists don't really dig into like mental disorders like that. That's a misconception. That's something for a psychologist. If you're just dealing with like regular problems, like, you know, like depression, things like that, like that's good to talk to a therapist. That, or if you just need somebody that's unbiased to talk to, that's a good opportunity for you to talk to a therapist. But yeah, you put in all that criteria and stuff. I know for me, I was looking for a woman, preferably black, somebody that knows about like, you know, that's good with like LGBT stuff, you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature. And you know, I was lucky enough to find a therapist probably like within a day, and then I matched with a therapist within a day. Had an appointment within a week, and she actually turned out to be really good. It's actually a therapist that I like stick with. And though now I'm not necessarily in therapy anymore, I still have her contact information. So whenever I feel like I do need to talk to a therapist, I have a therapist. It's kind of like going to a doctor. You know what I'm saying? You go to a doctor when you need them, you get your checkups and all that kind of stuff. And then if something happens, you call on them when you need them. And that's how therapy works. You know, it's a misconception that I had for a long time. I used to think that, you know, if I went to therapy, it would be me committing to something that's lifelong. And that's not necessarily true. You know, a therapist really is there to help you learn how to work through your problems. And as you work through your problems, you learn how to do it on your own. And, you know, eventually you don't need them as much. You start to need them less and less and less. And then you can get back to yourself and doing more things that make you happy. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely reach out. If anybody wants to talk, anything like that, definitely feel free to DM me. You can find me on Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, and Marissa Y17. And you can also find me at Marissa Yarbrough on Facebook. And don't forget to follow us at Thinker vs. Speaker on Facebook, Instagram, and Thinker vs. Speaker PC on TikTok. Yeah, I be fucking it up. I already be on TikTok for real. Maybe I should change it. Maybe I won't. I don't know. But anyway, I hope y'all like this quick little recap. Nothing long, nothing too extensive or anything like that. If y'all like to see more of these recaps, definitely put it in the comments. Let me know anything that you need to know about me or the podcast or what I got coming up next. You'll find it in the description box below. And I hope y'all have a good day. Make sure y'all check us out next Friday at 11. We got another special guest coming through the building. We ain't stopping. It's still moving. Let's go.